We are live. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 4 of the Esports Masters Championship. We are here at a circuit that made its debut all the way back in 2008. That race that we all remember created one of the most controversial moments in Formula One history, as 40 has left the session. Might have to invite him back as soon as possible.
Hopefully one of the drivers can get involved. Yeah, we can't do that. It's unfortunate though.
Oh, hopefully one of the drivers can do that. Oh, already moments happening before the race. Oh my goodness me. This circuit originally had quite a treacherous chicane all the way up at turn 10 that claimed many front wings in its time. It was soon reprofiled, however, in 2013. But this circuit, with its narrowness, with its requirement for the driver to use every inch of circuit, as well as it being the longest Grand Prix of the season, makes it one of the most demanding circuits in the world of motorsport. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the night skies of Marina Bay here at Singapore as we begin short qualifying. Alongside me tonight, and who's actually in control, is NBC-ALCATRAZ.
G'day.
No see.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since Mexico.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been on hiatus, man. I've been relaxing, enjoying the drive.
Chilling.
Been making moves.
So, just one quick question. We had a race here in the Diamond Championship last night.
Indeed.
Where to put it simply, everyone died. 16 drivers started, 7 finished. Are we going to see that here tonight, or are we going to see a more controlled environment?
I feel like we're going to have a more consistent drive with these Tier 1 drivers, especially with the no racing line and so forth. So going into it, I feel like we're not going to have as many VHCs or safety cars. I feel like we might have a full grid finish tonight. That's my belief with these Tier 1 drivers. But of course, there's always going to be a few wings missing here and there in the Singapore.
100%. I mean, that's a bold claim. That all 15 are going to make it out of there. I hope so, for the driver's sake. But this is Singapore. It is one of the most demanding circuits on the calendar. The racetrack, you have to use every inch. You can't miss out on anything, otherwise you lose too much time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just get the old.
Oh, hang on, that's Mackenzie, and that's a Haas.
Oh, we have Todsty.
What on earth?
Oh, he seems to be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, no damage. Just they were in the sort of braking, the runoff area. 40 comes up.
Yeah, that's good that 40's joined back, but we have Gaming Wafer on the first out lap. So hopefully we can see what the weather report's going to be. It looks like it's going to be dry, but we're on board with Gaming Wafer. Would you like to continue as we go through on board with him?
Alright, so we're coming into turn 7, a very tricky left-hander. He hasn't invalidated. I thought all 4 wheels would invalidate that. He has a 2.8. Into turn 9, now coming into what was the notorious Singapore Sling chicane.
Ooh.
No longer there. Turn 10, but
yeah.
Still quite a tricky section. Very fast and very flowing. Drivers having to be incredibly gentle. They're not coming over the Anderson Bridge, coming into the hairpin, and now onto the straightaway. Turn 14, one of the hot spots on the circuit. We might see a few overtakes here. Very tight left-hander. I'm getting away from
I know. He's riding it quite close. He's on the hard compound. We have majority of the grid starting off with hards as he's coming through to sector 3, where we had about 5 of the 7 drivers that did retire into the wall, and he does overshoot it. And he uses the runoff quite well, so hopefully he doesn't reverse or reset on track, as we are watching. So
Tommy Alonso, he's gone off at turn 7 as well into the runoff area.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Tail's also gone out of people's way as well. We have a few drivers that are just missing their braking zones by the looks of it.
Great. Our substitute here today sets the fastest lap of the
weekend. He's on pole.
37.5.
As we have Toddy, who's going to be the first people that's going to finish a lap on the hard compounds, because everyone seems like they overshot it, as we have actual Roscar and Gaming Wafer that goes across the line anyway, with not a huge respectable lap as they are a few seconds off. But yeah, Revolution, yeah, not a bad time on the actual hard compound.
38.0 and Tolstar 38.6.
Yeah, it's quite impressive on that.
Astonishing time on the hard.
It's actually going to set him up quite well if he continues on that pace.
Yeah. That's a mega lap. Let's see. Who else is there?
Wogboy's about to start one, so we'll go back to him a bit later on. We have Romeo Alonso invalidated. Aaron's still in the pits. Tao is on the medium compound, just on his out lap by the looks of it. No, he's on a hot lap, so he's on the medium compound, just flicking through. We have Plevs is on the soft compound tyre, and also Zach's on the hard compound, all on hot laps at the moment. And we'll stay on board with Tao because he is on the medium compound. So I actually like to see what the medium time does compared to the soft and hard runners. He's going to slot in between them, you reckon, in between the two Red Bull drivers?
I think so. I think he will, and he's been demonstrating some fantastic pace with his new pedals. He's gained a lot of time with them. He's definitely now a very much proven racer. So I'd imagine he'll slot in quite nicely between Dr. Dre and Revolution, the Red Bull. Coming to the end of Sector 2, turn 14. He's got Zach right in front of him, and he's on a flying lap as well.
Hopefully doesn't
Cal's
get
been
injured,
validated.
Oh.
He had all four wheels off the circuit coming out of turn 14, so...
He's still pushing though. He probably wants to see what his time would have been anyway, so we'll stay on board anyway, just so I can see what his Sector 3 time is. Oh, he loses the back end anyway. Big power drift, big power slide. So that time's... I'll
Tokyo drift right there from Cal.
As you have Pleb slotting in between the two Red Bulls on the soft compound tyre, only a 10th off, as Romeo Alonso just hits the wall, where we all lost our tyres and front wings on the yesterday's session.
He's got a massively damaged front wing, so he will be coming into the pits, I imagine.
Wogboy's also got damage. He's got a completely destroyed left front wing.
My word, these fellas are doing worse than what the Diamond drivers were in the wet.
We had a wet quali. So, I'll keep cycling through as Plez is just on his cooldown. Seems like a lot of these drivers just on their cooldown. Roscom's on Spilly, yeah.
Finished, we'll be able to go back to him when he's actually on a fly.
Yeah.
It seems the Gaming Wafer is also on a flying lap. He's currently in hot lap mode.
To redeem the other lap before. Yes, of course. Yeah. He hasn't got a lot of juice left, or he's pretty close to that wall.
Usually he's coming to the underpass. This haven of 90-degree corners where we can't really do anything in the race. Just nice and gentle through them. Slow the car through, then coming up.
Oh, there he goes, invalidated. Yep.
Well, he does a 38.7, which would have put him P4.
But that invalidation.
Revolution gets out of here. A 1 minute 37.197. He goes fastest.
That's 3 lap old hards as well. On 3 lap old, so he's definitely done a few laps on it. That's quite incredible, to be honest.
Well, it just shows how much more time there is to be found. I mean,
yeah, comparing that to Zach, who just crossed the line. As comparing it to Zach, who just crossed the line, he's 5/10. Zach is 5/10 off his pace, and X Revolution won yesterday's race. So, if X Revolution goes back to back, he's really closing down the Mercedes driver in the driver standings.
100%.
Oh, we have Spilly in the comment section saying his DRS broke during his lap.
Oh, you're kidding.
We also have 40 coming in saying it's going to be wet at the end of the race apparently, but at the very end. So that could be interesting depending on how quick it comes down, but it does dry up really quickly on this circuit.
Yeah, as we found out in the Diamond Championship, it dried up really quickly. Yeah,
DRS actually turned on at the end of quali, and people are still on inters. Aaron's on
Spilly retires. Wait, did he bin himself or?
I'm looking at the map. He's lost it in sector 2. I'll try and get a Plevs. Yes, he's into the wall.
Oh, there was a Toro Rosso that did exactly the same thing in the race. Exactly the same spot as well. So he'll be starting from 15th on the grid.
Because Plez was on an actual lap, so by the looks of it. So hopefully he didn't get in his way too much. But I'm wondering if his DRS broke that it wouldn't open, or it was jammed open, like it was jammed open, so you're losing all that downforce through that sector. So who knows? Yeah. Oh.
But to think that the DRS breaks in a multiplayer game.
Oh, I had that. Yes, I had that. I had that during the qualifying of in Canada. I had that issue. Really? Yeah, just it was as soon as I went out for my lap, the first DRS zone, I opened it, closed it, broke, so I didn't get to use it in the back half. But I binned it anyway, so it didn't really matter.
That's amazing. But to think Codemasters would allow that, multiplayer match. I mean, it does add, some randomness to the races where a DRS system just randomly fails, but with cars with equal performance, DRS becomes quite a vital thing.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that separates the field is setups. Yeah, the only thing that separates the field is setups.
So Gray is setting in faster. It's like 36.7. Rossi has left the sector.
Oh, hopefully he can... his Wogboy invalidated. I actually wanted to know what hard time he was going to do as he invalidated. Hopefully we're not going to have what we had at Mexico last time we did commentary where Wogboy just can't get a time. So because if that's a curse, if that's a curse, I might have to put him on a multi. It's multi-worthy.
Unable to set a lap time in qualifying with us two. And then what happens if a driver goes into AI mode and takes him out?
That'd be a bonus bet. I might just have to go walkabout. I might never have to do comms.
Ronnie Alonso has invalidated his time. He did a 37.4. That's a mega lap. That would have put him in P3 with that.
On medium compound as well.
Oh, poor Ronnie.
As we have Aaron going to start his lap on the soft compound tyres as Wogboy goes in, so he didn't have enough fuel to go through. Oh no, Aaron's actually just going and finished his lap.
Yeah,
and
it's a 1:38.6.
He purpled sector 3, yeah. That's not a... He must have made a mistake, yeah. He has full ERS.
Yeah.
So he must have... Yeah, I think he may be just draining his fuel out.
Yeah, just emptying it out, trying to get as little into the car as possible.
Because he isn't pushing on this lap either, so...
No.
So we'll keep flicking through just to see who's also on the lap. As X Revolution's going to start another lap on the hard compound towers. This is going to be his 4th lap, going on to 5th.
Yes. That's his time. No, it must have been validated. So, yeah, he's spending a lot of time on the hards. X Revolution.
So is he just warming up? Is he just warming up on these hards and then going to go into a soft compound?
He's got a lot of practice now on the hards, so he'll have that experience at the start of the race. But if he keeps this up, he might be able to start on the hards as well. But, 4 lap old. Oh, he's completely backed out of that. I'd imagine he'll be coming in soon.
Yeah, he'll probably come in just to go on maybe some soft tyres, just so he can match his teammate. As he just
or maybe even mediums. I mean, he clearly has the pace. So
yeah, soft would absolutely would actually just cement his spot in P1. But the two Red Bull teammates absolutely smashing it so far, locking out P1 and 2, where the constructor champions Mercedes just nowhere to be seen compared to them by the times.
At the moment, yeah, it's definitely real life Formula 1 at the moment, with Red Bull doing well at Singapore. Mercedes at the moment fairly average, both Zach and Aaron, but I'm sure they have plenty of pace up their sleeve, as I'm running on board with Stuart McKenzie. He's about to finish his drying lap. On the medium tyres as well, this appears to be his first lap.
Hopefully he doesn't cut the last corner.
He cuts that last corner. It does, but it's
He rides it
enough.
perfectly, yeah. As he...
And he goes faster. A 36.1. 0.6 of a second quicker than Dr. Dre on the softs. Okay, there's a lot of pace to be found here.
They're gaining more and more pace as the session progresses. You can clearly see that.
I mean,
He's
you don't
definitely in
just see
Kimmy's
that.
car.
That's 0.6 of a second.
Yeah.
On
Compared
the
to a
mediums,
soft.
compared to
Yeah.
a soft. Yeah.
As Wogboy is he about to start his lap, so we'll go on
Yep.
board because I kind of don't, but I kind of do want to see the tradition continue. As we do like to see Wogboy cut through the field.
It would be freaking amazing if that happened with Wogboy. I mean, it would be such an amazing coincidence. On the hard compound tyre, everyone else has now got mediums or softs fitted, ready to go. Wogboy is the only driver on the hards. He's the only one, so he's got a lot of work to do to try and get into the 10 and stay there. With the track getting better and better as time goes on, these times are just going to become electric. Let's see what Wogboy can do. He's coming down the straight, the first DRS zone. Into turn 7. That's the 7 flat for the first sector. He's missed the apex at turn 7. First gear. Oh, okay. He's second around there. I wouldn't even think of using first. I'm coming onto the small straightaway, coming into turn 10. And it's looking like a good lap. This place you can invalidate here if you cut too much. Oh, that was borderline from Wogboy, but he got through it. Over the Anderson Bridge, into the Hampton and McKenzie. Retiring in the pit lane. But he's happy. He's very happy, I imagine.
Yeah, very, very happy.
Todd's just P2. 36.4.
Yeah, 36. And then Zach just went pole,
Zach.
but we'll stay on board with Wogboy. Yeah.
35.7. Holy moly, Zach. And he's got time for another lap as well as he goes. Okay. Now coming under the underpass. Into the sort of bus stop section in the third sector.
Oh, that was really close to invalidating, but he rides it.
Incredibly close. This is going to be a 39, I think.
Yeah.
39 flat. It's an E11.
And he's not pushing for another lap as well.
Oh.
Maybe it's just not his track. Just not his day
No.
today.
Zach isn't pushing on another lap either, he's done, so he's pretty happy with that. Dr. Dre goes P3, a 1 minute 36.449.
Oh, wait. Did I just see a card total it and... Yeah, we've got...
Yes! It's Wafer! It's Wafer! Oh my goodness me, that is an enormous accident!
Oh, wow!
Holy moly!
I'll try and get Romeo Alonso's view of it when he comes through the sector. Hopefully his car hasn't despawned in that time frame, as it does as soon as it says that. But I did see a tyre just rolling in front of the very lazy tail at the start of his lap, so hopefully that didn't really put him off.
Alonso.
But he
Speaking of which, Alonso P5, but oh
Yeah.
my goodness, I caught a glimpse of that and I'll save that and I'll show everyone the result afterwards. Holy moly. Revolution's out of the session. So everyone's pretty much finished. Who's the first? Wait, that's a Benz in the wall, that's Zach in the wall.
Oh yes, I'll go on with the Racing Point hasn't finished, so I won't be able to get a view from him.
Oh my goodness, I'm glad I caught that. Oh my god. Zach's car is in the middle of the road. He literally crashed it at the bus stop, and his car was in the middle of the road. Luckily, it was Wogboy who caught up with him. Wogboy has already completed his lap. He wasn't on a flyer. At least I hope he wasn't on a flyer.
Yeah, no, I think he stopped after that lap. I think he's just happy with P12 at the moment as the very lazy tail is going through Sector 3 in hot lap mode, pushing on the softs. So far, it's about to click over 130, so we're probably looking at a pole position time here. As we're going to 134.5, we have pole!
He's done it! The very lazy tail has gone to pole position, a 1 minute 35.690. His first pole position, but can Pledge do anything about it? No, he can't. P3, a 1 minute 36.1.
And we have
Yeah.
Aaron bail out of his
Aaron,
lap
and he's
as
done.
well.
The
We
very
have-
lazy cow on pole position. Oh my
Forza
goodness
Ferrari,
me.
you've done it! The transfer move to Ferrari. He gets the move, he gets the new engine, and he's performed well already.
Is this his first race in
This
the...
this is his second
his
race
second.
after his return from injury. So this is a phenomenal performance. He finished P2 in T2 yesterday in Diamond as he ran out of fuel.
Running out of fuel. Oh, that was such a heartbreaking moment for Tao when he ran out of fuel at that moment. He would have had the win as well, with Bodhod getting a 5-second penalty, which would have nearly evened it out. It was a 1-second difference in the end.
Yeah.
But wow, history has been made. Ferrari on pole position, the very lazy Tao. A 1 minute 35.690 puts him on the first grid slot for the Singapore Grand Prix. Alongside him, and probably in a better position to be honest, is Zach on the mediums, and only just 7/100ths of a second with Plebs in P3, almost half a second behind. That's a big gap between the top two to the rest of the field. I mean, that's pretty concerning.
What I'm noticing with the top 10 though, it's soft, medium, soft, medium. They've all just split each other. There's no mediums next to each other. There's no softs next to each other. It's really a cut grid, and then the bottom hard, and then the rest of the grid are on hard compound. So they're all cutting each other, the softs and mediums. So it's got to be a very staggered grid at the start. So all the soft runners are going to start performing well, and then they're all going to die off. And it's a very split field here.
Yeah,
it's quite astonishing.
And the strategies are going to play a massive part in this race, it seems, especially if there is indeed rain at the end of the race. I mean, this is turning out to be quite a good Grand Prix, as drivers are just making fine-tuning adjustments just before the start of the race, selecting, well, for P11 down to P15, selecting what tyre to start on, managing their fuel loads, changing from wing, etc.
Yeah. All of that. As we have comments from Safety Car, we have Tao's definitely going for the two-stop strategy after last night. Yeah, it worked extremely well for him. He had a lot of pace.
100%.
And will he put enough fuel in the car? Now that's another question.
I reckon he put in an extra lap in. I'm sure, or maybe half a lap in of fuel just as a precaution. He's on pole. He doesn't want to risk it. And I think Safety Car is 100% right. He's going to do a two-stop. And it works well. Like, he's on pole, so he's got track position. If he can nail the start and pull away, the two-stop is a very viable option for him. So,
as we have a prediction from the stream, we have from Banana Cake Pie, we have a prediction for the winner is going to be Pleb, starting in P3 on softs as well. So yeah, he showed great pace on the soft compound. Hopefully he can stay with Towel and push away from Zach as soon as possible. Doesn't get stuck behind him. But yeah,
it's all about the start at the moment.
It really is.
If you can nail the start, because it's very difficult to overtake at this place. It's like any other street circuit. Very, very difficult to overtake. As I had to have a look at what the drivers have actually decided to go onto. So, as you said, it's soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, medium, and then Revolution breaks it with the hards. Aaron is on the softs. Frosty and Wogboy, they're on the hards. Wafer, Stilly, and 40, they're on the mediums. And and because Stilly and 40 are on the grid.
We had our two Red Bulls at P1 and 2 at the start, but you could tell at the end of the session how much more time people were gaining on the other compounds.
Simply because of track evolution and how much that aided. Oh wow. Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in. We've got all of these guys on alternate strategies. We've got the questionable weather towards the end of the race, and some of the best drivers that Australia and New Zealand have to offer on one of the most demanding circuits on the calendar. That is also the longest Grand Prix. More time means more margin for error. So this might be quite a good Grand Prix.
Oh, we have a Ferrari and a Racing Point already on the grid. So we have Spilly and Romeo and 40, yeah.
So, I don't know what's happened to them. I don't know whether they just didn't take off or something like that happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
The drivers are now
Trying to
lining
get good
up
camera angle. There we go.
into their respective grid slots. Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in. We have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights. Not lights out because the game decided to troll us. Wait.
And the guy...
The way to go. And what on earth is Dr. Dre doing right at the back of the grid? Oh my goodness me. How did he end up there? He's down in 15th on my screen. What on earth happened there? The drivers are... Oh my goodness me.
We had some contact, a few bumps here and there from Zach behind Teo, so from the very lazy tail, so hopefully didn't get any wing damage. Oh, what a camera angle.
Is Dr. Dre in last place for you?
Dre's in P6.
He's in last place on my screen for whatever reason. The game must be fooling around with me.
So hopefully that doesn't get mixed up too much with your commentary, because Dre's in P6, right behind Toddster and Romeo Alonso. So who's in that P6 slot for you?
Romeo Alonso.
Oh wow, it's completely shambles then. Up in the commentary box, we've got to talk to Sky Sports about this. But we'll. But from the start so far, Zach has already jumped the very lazy towel. And we have Toddy that's jumped Dr. Dre, but Dre for you is all the way at the bottom. And we have Crossy and we have the 2 Williams drivers in P14 and 15 who have lost 3 positions each. But Gaming Wafer is the biggest winner so far with 4 positions into P9.
Oh my goodness me. Drivers, all of them. I'm still coming through. Yes, Zach. What a fantastic start. Leading the way. It's definitely something that Tao didn't needed.
Yeah, exactly. As Zach's already pulled a 1 second lead from the very laser towel on the medium compound.
That's very wide. Yeah. So, okay. Dr. Dre is between which 2 drivers?
Is the in between Toddy and Romeo Alonso in P6 for me.
Okay, that explains the massive gap. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
You can refer to the stream as well if you want to look at that as well, just to double check.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes.
Okay, so yeah. Dr. Dre on my screen, he's dead last, about 5 seconds behind. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but there you go. So Tao's lost a position to Clarence, and he's about to lose another one to Mackenzie. He looks at things. Right in behind the Ferrari. Coming over the Anderson Blue. You have a look, no he won't. And he'll drive nice and wide and try and get a good exit. That seems to get a good one as well. Very lazy Tao down in P3, it's not what he needed.
And he's already lost a lot of pace. He's already a second behind Plevs. His pace on the soft compound at the start of this race is just not working for him at the moment. So hopefully because of the lack of pace at the start of this race, he doesn't rack up early penalties.
I'll have a look, actually, with Tao.
Yeah,
he's already got 2 warnings.
Yeah, he's already pushed it a bit too hard for my liking when it comes down to just losing pace. He's already cutting corners quite aggressively. As Zach's got the fastest lap on the medium compound, 1:41.3.
Oh, it's all good.
And he's already got a 2-second gap on Plevs. But Tal has gained. He's gained back within that 1 second time frame compared to Plevs. So I don't know if Plevs made a mistake.
Okay, is someone in the pit lane?
Yes, we have X Revolution in the pit lane.
Okay.
So that's working for you. As well.
Okay. And Dr. Dre just sitting randomly. Fuck. Okay. The Revolution must have got front wing damage, did he? During the
he must have. Yeah, he must have at the start of the race. As Aaron just did a nice little dive bomb on Dr. Dre, they're exposing him straight away in lap 3. So hopefully he can get that gap to Toddy. As we're just going through the order here. As we have a big fight here with VS Rossarm as well as 40. There's a bit of a train with these guys. Hopefully they can make clean moves down this back straight here. But yeah, no like huge amount of carnage so far. Very clean by all the drivers.
Very clean for the most part, yeah. It's good to see. Hopefully your prediction actually holds out with every prediction. At this stage, it's looking very, very good for everyone. It's looking extremely good for Zach as 40 makes a move, I believe. Roscoe, oh my goodness, he was very sideways. Oh goodness.
Yeah, this battle at the back of the pack is getting really, really close. They're in each other's gearbox.
I mean, it's Ronnie Alonso leading it, if I'm not mistaken, with Gaming Wafer and behind
yes.
40.
As we have Gaming, yes, he does, but then cuts back across.
Oh, this isn't going to end well, and 40 is going to say thank you very much for that, fellas. I'll take that away from you. And he'll get DRS on the next straight, so he's going to take Gaming Wafer. Yep, there we go.
Yep.
Overtake mode engaged. Wafer goes defensive, but I think it'll be futile. Around the outside goes 40. No!
Wheel contact.
Bugger off.
It's a lot of wheel contact. Strong, hard racing between these two. Oh, bit of a the back end's a bit tail happy.
He's missing an end plate. Oh, dear.
So it was more than just tyre contact. Yeah. So that makes him vulnerable to the other Racing Point driver. Yes. Now hopefully he can bring the car home. Hopefully he doesn't get more damage leading up to the pit lane. Will he pit now? I'll check what tyre compound he's on. He's on the medium, so it is going to ruin his strategy a little bit. He could go on the hards and then go to softs near the end, or do hards, mediums, but it really depends.
Oh, you could switch, or you could drag out the softs, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, might be a stretch. As we got yellow
Sector 3.
Sector 3, that's
oh!
It's in the wall! Oh my goodness me, it's a car park in there! Oh my goodness!
I'm surprised most of those cars just got around with them, but there was a lot of cars banging on with him. I'm surprised.
Many people got damage except for Alonso. He's coming in. No, he's got no damage. Oh, Aaron definitely does. He's got He's missing both end plates.
Yeah, so the two soft drivers have to go on pit as Billy's made a move on Toddy, who also probably got caught up in that carnage there. There's a lot of all the mid-table runners as we see a 4-second gap as we have yellow flags? Oh, virtual safety car.
Virtual safety car? What's that for?
Clean up all the debris, I reckon, but that's about it. As Rex Revolution's completely lost his front wing. It's gone. So he's in the pit.
Yeah. It's completely gone. What? How on earth has that happened? We didn't even see Revolution. What happened to the poor bugger?
As we go back on board with the leaders, now Zach is got nearly a 6-second lead on medium compound tyres.
Yeah, and Zach
is already just smashing it. Yeah, as Tal is right behind Plebs here, as well as Stuart McKenzie having a look straight after the restart of the virtual safety car.
Might have a look here down the inside. Tal, oh geez, Tal, okay. Look, you can move once, but it's only once.
He is the one that likes to critique people that says that they do more than one move, so it's us seeing it for ourselves that he also likes to do a little bit of naughty business up at the front. But it looked like he was breaking and going back to the racing line, but still, Stuart McKenzie's not meant to. There's not much of a guide to go off as there is no racing line. As the very lazy Tower pits, so he must not. As he is following Plevs.
Yeah, so he's going to do the same.
So we'll stay on board just so we can see what tyres they pick. Are they going to pick the same compound tyres? Mediums for Tau and mediums for Plebs as well, so then the same strategy. Oh, Plebs is changing his front wing, so Tau gets to jump him in the pits.
So, what will Tau do? Will it be a medium or medium soft, do you reckon, for Tau? I mean, now, 6 laps on the soft, so 12 laps total, and then 19 laps on the mediums?
It's very doable, yeah. He's just got to look out for tyre temps. I believe this track is notorious for high tyre temperatures, especially on the front left tyre.
Like Alonso gets a 3-second time penalty.
Just
First
flipping
of
through.
many, I'd imagine.
Oh, of course, as this track is notorious. As we have the two Williams drivers in P8 and 9, but the only two drivers on the hard compound, and obviously the two Red Bull drivers who have got him pitted on the hard compound. So for us to think those two guys have got to get pole, and now they're at the back of the grid, it's complete flip-flop for what we were thinking for the Red Bull team.
Yeah, it's not looking good. At least for X Revolution. I'm still conflicted about where Dre is on the circuit. To me, he's currently 14th, 18 seconds behind Aaron. So
you got the position right, but he's only 9 seconds behind, as Aaron and Plevs are having a bit of a battle.
So my interval is 10 seconds behind what it should be. Okay. That is fuck. Okay. Thanks,
there's always going to be one thing that's got to go wrong. Oh, as I'm noticing in this Sector 3, is we've got the same issues. The barrier's sticking out on my screen, so hopefully it's not the same for those drivers. Yes, as I was on board.
With the,
yes, as Dre had it. Oh, I'll go on board with X Revolution the whole way. Oh, he's quite a way, so we'll go back to him in time, as we've got the whole track map to use. We'll go with Romeo Alonso till then. But yeah,
you look too bad on my screen, because Dre is 10 seconds behind you.
X Revolution's about to go through the sector, so we'll quickly just go on board. Oh, that's, for me, that is completely out.
Oh, okay.
It's exposing the metal frame. So hopefully it's just on our part, where yesterday it was the stream couldn't see it, but we could all see it. So hopefully maybe it's vice versa, maybe it's fine on theirs.
I'll have to wait and see, I guess. Well, battles on circuit.
We do. The closest battle is well, it's toggled between the Gaming Wafer and Romeo Alonso, as they are both 1 second apart. But we do have Wogboy 4 tenths behind, as well as Crossy 8 tenths behind. So those two are reasonably close to VS Roscom, who hasn't pitted yet. As we go to them.
Well, at least we do have a battle for P7. The Williams drivers and the cars into Sector 3 now. It's a long train.
Wall of Doom activated from safety car. Exactly. You guys are seeing what I'm seeing. It looks atrocious. As Wogboy goes past because VS Roscom.
I'm going to ride on board with someone and just see the line that they've paid. They're going right out there, but... Okay, I don't know.
As Roscom pits on the hard compound tyre, so he'll be going, I believe, all the way.
Or at least until the wet conditions, if they do come. Yeah.
Yes. Now, we have Zach and Stuart McKenzie who haven't pitted. Well, the top 6 haven't pitted, as well as obviously the top 8. But Zach has just pulled away. He had 6-second gap before, and it's 2 laps later. He's 2 seconds. He's a 1 second a lap quicker. He's just stealing it. Yellow flags in Sector 2. I believe it's a Haas driver. No, I thought it might have been, but it looks like maybe it was just a move, a little bit of contact. But I believe Toddy's got some wing damage.
Give me a better camera angle than that. Codemasters, come on.
It looks fine. But I thought I saw a Haas stopped on the road.
Well, you might have been right, because these 3 cars have been battling so hard that they slowed down to a crawl. So
yeah,
you might have. They might have been sort of slightly stationary.
Wait,
we've got a yellow flag in Sector 3.
It's Zach!
It's Zach! Incredible scenes! I can't believe it! The race leader has bottled it on the final turn on the 9th lap. He drops down to 3rd place.
We have a virtual safety car. We have a VAC.
Zach Crichton has completely bottled it.
Wait, we have a car park in Sector 3. Tony's out. DNF. In the wall of doom. And we have Teo, who's also backed up into into Todster as well. He doesn't seem to have any wing damage. But we had Zach that lost it. But the reason why the VHC came out was because of Todster. Oh
no.
So the VHC's basically saved Zach in a way for time.
Oh, 100%.
He could have easily lost a few places.
Very lazy to have 3-second penalty for multiple warnings.
It's all stacking up, yeah.
These drivers have to be incredibly careful not to speed.
As Zach
he's going to try and look for a move on 40 as soon as the safety car goes out.
Yeah, he's obviously angry. Hopefully he's got those tyre temps down. Yeah, we're back on.
Oh my goodness me. So
wow.
He leads the way with 40 in P2 and a very angry Zach Bryton in P3 after having a moment in the last corner. Oh, I think that would have been a fantastic sight to see for Mackenzie to see that.
I think maybe having that so much of a gap that he just got himself bored and he just made a simple clinical error. Like that's all that's happened. Yeah,
it does happen. Like you sort of get out of focus and you make a slight mistake. And
yeah, that's all it's taken. It's most likely that he's maybe he's just cut that corner a bit too much and he's just lost all grip. But yeah, he is going into pit, so obviously he shredded his tyres sliding into the wall, but he didn't get any wing damage by the looks of it, but we'll stay on board.
Hard compound tyre.
He's going onto the hard, so he's finishing the race on those. But yeah, championship leader, exactly. He'll come out. Is he going to come out in front of Romy?
Yeah, I think he's coming out.
Because there is a big toe behind him. There's a lot of drivers.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is going to be close enough.
This is really close. Because he has to stay super narrow. He's not going to cut across the track because that's an invalidation.
Oh, that's a warning.
He does. That's a definite warning towards Codemaster's point. But we do see it. So if he did gain time, it might be penalised.
Gaining time illegally.
Yeah.
All drivers have to follow that white line. It's for safety reasons.
As we have Tosto, who was obviously taken out in the Sector 3 Wall of Doom. He was killed by an invisible barrier, so it's confirmed that it is sticking out.
You can see it, but the drivers can't see it.
But that's what I was thinking, that maybe it was just on my end, but he said he got killed by an invisible wall. This track's done it again.
I can't believe it. It has done it again, hasn't it? I can't believe it. Taken out by an invisible wall, because I was going to say, I didn't see it, I haven't seen it on my screen, it doesn't look too bad. But obviously...
It's sticking out like a sore thumb. Lobby, it's bad.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's completely on the racing line, as we have we have Stuart Mackenzie and 40 going into the pit, so they will both most likely be going onto the hard compound tyre. Now, will 40 and Romeo Alonso all jump him here, most likely?
No, 40's going onto the mediums.
40's doing a two-stop.
Yeah, he's doing a two-stop.
Okay.
And so is Mackenzie.
Wow.
He's on the mediums.
Now, we'll stay on board with Stuart Mackenzie. Is he going to go all the way through the lines? He will. And let's see if 40 does this as well, as he sticks out a little bit, but yes, as we'll go on board with this huge train in the back, all the way he's starting off at Aaron. Now this is basically for the race win by the looks of it, because we do still have Spilly and Gaming Way for the pit, as well as Wogboy and Crossy, so they'll be most likely going for the finishing. Getting really close.
Oh no, this looks familiar. Oh, they all get through very nicely, very well done. Everyone involved there. Yet Aaron leading the train with the race leader, the effective race leader in P7. And at the moment, Zach has got Alonso and Tao to get past in order to fight Mackenzie. But Mackenzie has to do another stop. So...
and so does Tao. So a lot of these medium runners do. Yeah, so...
Oh yeah, of course, Tao is actually in position.
So technically in the lead, if we're going by it, Zach's on the hard compound with 1 lap old, so he's effectively the leader because he doesn't have to pit unless he obviously makes a mistake and he has to re-pit again.
Wow, this is a massive train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. All of them line astern, all of them going through sector 3. With that invisible wall of death. hopefully some of the drivers can actually see it. I'm sure Todd still would have warned the drivers when he had that incident.
Yeah, we might see the same incident report that James uploaded for Diamond. As we have gaming way for Pitt.
So there he goes. And front wing change as well.
Yeah. Wow, this is getting really close here. Zach's bit of a tank slapper.
Well, we've got a couple of fights going on the circuit.
Oh, Tao does not look comfortable in this mediums. He's losing the back end quite a bit, but he's still generating some pace compared to those softs. As Romeo Alonso's going to have a look here.
Oh,
cuts on him! Cuts on him! Oh no! Got contact from the back end and he spun! Oh, I think Romeo Alonso was late onto that one. Was reaching quite deep for that dive bomb. And he does have damage from it, but it does slow down Tao quite a lot, as it most likely will screw over his strategy.
You can tell that Alonso feels very much at fault. He waited a long time.
Yeah, he realised his mistake. So,
I mean, he was close, but yeah, it just wasn't quite close enough.
He just didn't have his nose in further enough. Yeah, exactly. Oh,
yeah, he got a little bit, but yeah, not enough for Tao to really back out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, that does split the gap up by nearly 2 seconds here. As the rest of the field looks pretty spread out, yeah.
It's now only got one car ahead of him to overtake to get to Mackenzie, and luckily it's his teammate Valtteri Bottas. I mean, Aaron 03 or 4. So, as Mackenzie sets the fastest lap of the race on 1 minute 39.973. The medium compound tyre, and he's got a fair amount of room to crossing, so he's got some time to actually start pushing, start opening that gap up. But you need to open it up by a lot. Like, the transition in this pit lane is a very long time. So.
Yeah, it's because they have to hug the wall the whole time, leaving the pit lane as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Zach changed his mind on that to get some time back.
Yeah, it'll be close to a second, maybe a bit more than that time gained, because he doesn't have to follow the line. Yeah. And also because he doesn't get a compromised line into turn 3 as well. So.
Yeah, so he does gain a lot more time than what the game proposes, especially when it's just a warning. But to him, it's just a simple warning to a one-stop strategy, so it's not going to affect him at all.
The stewards will bait over it, of course, they shows. Come to a suitable conclusion.
Yeah, of course.
But get this, Alcatraz. We've been talking for ages now. We've been seeing so many battles. It's lap 13 out of 31. We have got a long way to go yet, and we've already had this much time.
And we've only had one car DNF from the Wall of Doom, as the comments are calling it now, as we can see on board with Romeo Alonso. So while there's not much going on because we have Spilly in the pits, and the closest battle is 5/10, which is the two Williams drivers, so they'll be just towing each other and helping each other out. So I'll go across to the multis. So multi number 1 was having less than 3.5 virtual safety cars. We've already had 2.
Yep.
So two more and we've lost it already. But we had Plebs to start out of the top 10 and he started P3. So the multi's already ruined there. But I would like to see Williams score over 30 points, which was number 3.
Definitely possible at this stage,
especially with the DRS point system as well. It's very, very plausible. Yeah. And then obviously at the end of the race, where Spilly, who's in P7, reports an incident correctly from last week's shenanigans. So that's the way of our multi, and it looks like whoever put money on it has already lost, because we've had players start in the inside the top 10 and not outside.
But to anyone who put money on the first multi for the Diamond Championship, congrats on becoming a millionaire, because that's a likelihood of that happening.
I think if you get a multi-win in any of these, I'm pretty sure you should go and buy a lottery ticket instead of putting money on these multis. I'm telling you that right now.
The fact that actually happened is simply astonishing. I mean, 16-7. Unbelievable scenes. We've already had one retirement, and that's because of Toddster's encounter with the Wall of Doom. Unfortunately, he's now out of the race. Let's see here. Tao at the moment, as Plebs comes into the pits.
So Tao's going for the overcut.
Slow. That is very slow into the pit line.
Maybe he's just cautious. Yeah.
Oh, there's cautious and then there's overcautious, I think. He was 60 kilometers an hour all the way through the third.
Very, very early indeed. As we have 40 doing a deep bomb where Tao got contact before with Romeo Alonso.
Yeah. 40 and Zach.
Yes.
So 40 clearly has pace and medium contact higher. He's fought back the time back from Zach. So
yeah, I think Zach wisely let him go, but at the same time he still battled him because 40 does have to pit again. He should know that the only people that he should be looking out for is Wogboy and Crossy, who are definitely doing the one-stop strategy. But I'll have a look at the leader time just to see what the time difference is between them and Zach. So with Crossy, he's got a 9-second deficit. So after the pit lane, Zach would ultimately go into P1 and have a few seconds to buffet it as well.
The gap between Mackenzie and Zach at the moment is about 7 seconds, and then we keep opening up with Mackenzie's continued pace on the medium. But he needs about, I'd say, 20 seconds, I'd imagine, to try and get back in front of Zach, and I just don't see it happening. I mean, he will be on the soft, but I still see it as a long shot. And Zach is one of the best defensive drivers I have ever seen, so...
Yeah, you had the privilege of having him on comms during the F2 race.
Yeah,
so you
that
got
was something different for DRS.
It's more immersion towards what the driver feels during the race, gets to make comments here and there, so it was great to see, especially when he was battling Tao.
Yeah, that
what his thoughts were that they were driving very hard, but also very smart.
Oh, have a look at this, Mackenzie and Wogboy side by side through turn 10. No way, Mackenzie, around the outside of turn 10. That is illegal. You're not allowed to make a move like that. A few drivers get a 3-second penalty. No, goodness me, it's starting to happen. The wave of penalties are coming.
Yeah, Stewart's just got so much pace on those mediums. He's already catching up to Crossy.
He needs to get past as soon as possible. The more time he spends in behind these fellas, the more time he loses to Zach. Zach finally has his own problems with Aaron and 40 in front of him. Aaron won't be too much of a problem as they are teammates, but 40 I don't think will be as kind.
As we've seen a move by Stuart Mackenzie going into the last turn of the track. Is he going to get this done?
Oh, he is too.
He's got the grip. It's so comfortable for him. And he gets DRS to measure it, to counter that as well, which is just beautiful. So he will just pull out leading up to the long straight as well. So this is looking really good for Stuart. This is going to be his first win if he keeps this up.
And he'll be on the softs right at the end.
Goes into pits, yeah.
About 6 laps, I think, on the softs, and so what? About lap 25 or so, he has to make it to. I think about 7 or 6 laps on the softs as Aaron comes into the pits.
Drops all the way to 11th. Yeah, so he's going all the way with those. Now we'll stay on board to see if he does the same thing, as he does go all the way through. Now we have the 2 Ferrari drivers in P6 and 7 just comfortably. Not many people around. Romeo is 2 seconds behind him. So this is going to be good constructor points by these by this team. But the main situation so far is how's Stuart got to pull a big enough gap to make the 2-stop work.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I think it's now just a situation of wait and see. I can't predict what's going to happen. I don't think he's going to get enough time to stay in the front, but he's going to be so electric on those new tires. Oh, Gaming Wafer into the back of Roscoe. Oh my goodness, thank goodness I've been in the crash. Roscoe and the gaming wafer hasn't got an end plate.
They seem like they both don't have end plates here.
Wow,
Yeah, they've both.
wow.
Yeah, they've both lost the same end plate in that small collision there.
As Wogboy now comes into the pit lane.
Now let's see where he drops down to.
Spilly comes through.
So we'll probably most likely see Gaming Wafer and Roscoe go into the pits. He's
he
only
might
just
fall behind Aaron actually.
Tao jumps him. Roscoe will comfortably do it. Gaming Wafer and Roscoe are staying out with their damaged wings, so they will stay on to
Aaron gets Wogboy as well. Wow, that's how long the pit lane is. Wogboy was in 3rd. He's now in 12th.
Wow.
Wow. Wait for 3 seconds for multiple warnings.
Yeah, 30 seconds behind the leader now.
Oh wow. And Wafer's being very desperate. Oh, there's oh, there's contact. Roscoe goes very wide, now coming into turn 8. Oh, and Wafer's into the wall! Aaron, into the back of him. Oh my goodness me, he's lost an end plate. And Wogboy on the mediums, he's going to love this. He's going to get a couple of positions easy here.
And we have another virtual safety car.
So that's 3.
That's 3. One more, and we've lost that one as well. But
no safety car.
No safety car still on this track. We had 4 or 5 yesterday in T2 Diamond.
Yeah, but there was quite a few.
It was Gaming Wafer was always leading up to have an incident there because we had Vegetated Roscom and Gaming Wafer both have end plate issues, so it was just going to be a matter of time until they slipped up, and because they are battling for position, just pushed too hard to what they've got and into the wall, and it's caused 100%. Other people an incident as well.
Yeah, it just looked like he understeered into turn 8 and he just ended up in the tyre barrier. And now he's completely lost his front wing. He will 100% have to come back into the pits. As Tao gets another 3-second penalty. Oh dear.
Him and penalties are just two best friends.
Oh, he loves them.
He can't be without them. He loves them in their 30s as well.
That should become a multi. $5 for Tao getting disqualified because of penalties.
Oh, well, we'll have to wait until Russia. But going back to the races, the VHC has finished. I've gone to the time difference between the leader, and Zach is only 5.7 seconds away from Stuart McKenzie. And as we saw from Logboy, it's about a 28-second pit stop.
Yeah, it's
incredibly long. It's 40 across here, Bellin.
Really have to go
side by side, sector 3, using the corners nicely. As you're going up to the wall of doom, we'll go on board. As they both.
Makes it through.
Now Zach's even got to have a look here as well. He's right up across his gearbox here. As they both get DRS. Zach's just putting his nose in and out. Will we see a move down the straight here, Smeg? Most likely.
I think he might definitely have a go. Crofty's out of DRS range now. So they're completely defensive. Absolutely defensive.
Yeah, give him plenty of room, just lets him go. He is on 19
how long
hearts.
Crofty's going to push for.
To the soft stint by the looks of it.
Must be. That's a very long time. I guess you could pray for a safety car, but how these races have been going, I don't think they'll be anytime soon.
Yeah, I just don't think the safety car exists. As we have the battle at the back here, it's still those 4.
Yeah, they're still going. Alonso, Aaron, Roscoe and Wogboy. Wogboy hasn't been able to find a way past. He's on those supremely fresher tyres and he's got a complete front wing.
Oh,
Just shows how difficult
yeah.
this race is to overtake. Yeah, almost fresh medium.
Yeah, Aaron with those 3-lap old mediums compared to 15 laps as we go defensive here. And he gets the under over. Yeah, very nice. As we have the drivers behind as well having a look. Wog boy.
Yeah, Wog boy just doesn't have enough pace. Just get the move done. Let me see the final turn. Oh, Roscoe, that is awfully wide.
Yeah, Wog boy will take advantage of that comfortably as he just slips into that.
Locks up. Oh, jeez, Wog boy, that's definitely a warning.
He didn't make it look as easy as it did.
No. Oh my word.
As we're probably going to see Wog boy pass Roscoe here as well. Comfortable as you like.
Oh, that is awfully sideways from Wog boy. Oh my word. Very sideways coming out of turn 7. Wow.
Now we have Zach, who is 4/10 behind 40 here. Now he's only 5.4 seconds behind.
That's rain.
We've got rain. Yep. The rain's coming down.
Oh my dear, it's coming.
That's why maybe Crossy was dragging him out. He was dragging it to the rain.
Oh my word. If he pulls this off, how many positions gained is that? That's 7 positions from 11. 4. I mean, why not? I think he will switch to the intermediate.
Because we still have a lot of laps to go here, so...
Yeah.
Okay, this either sets it up... Oh, Spilly's already made the jump onto Intis.
So Ferrari have implemented their Grande Strategia and shoved them into the pits, and Tal's following.
Double stacking.
Is that the full wet tire? He's going on to full... Oh, I was going to say...
Nah, it's full wet. I don't think that's right. Maybe he's double-clicked it by accident. He was meant to single.
Where's lap data? It is full wet.
Yep.
It just switched to Inters. I was like, oh no, here it's just a glitch. Then it switched back to wets. No, he's on the wets.
Yep.
Unbelievable. He is wearing his own race. I can't believe it. No.
From pole position. Unless it's going to come down that heavy and he's just saving an extra pit stop. But his tyres are going to be so overheated.
The rain is coming down, so that call from Spilly was actually absolutely spot on.
Yes, exactly.
So,
because I was thinking, if it wasn't going to come down so quick, Stuart Mackenzie's strategy was going to work out really comfortably here, because the softs can still maintain a lot of grip, but it is pouring hard. We already seen slicks.
Will 100% come in. And that has saved Mackenzie's race, really.
I tell you who's really made it looking really nice right now is Crossy. As Crossy's just grabbing these old hards across. Don't go into the wall of doom.
Oh, come on, mate. Come on. You've got a dry section here. You've got a dry section here. That's the way. Nice and gentle. You can see that Mackenzie's coming in. Zach and 40 are fighting.
Now I want to...
Oh, 40, my word, that's close.
Now I'm wondering, what are these top 5 drivers going to do here? Are they going Intis, or they believe it's going to be wet enough later on to go into the full wets and just save an extra pit stop? As Stuart Mackenzie's on Intis. 40.
Zach's on the Intis.
40's on Intis as well.
And wind damage.
So we only have Aaron left to pit, who was in the worst position because when the rain started to come down, he had to do a whole new lap.
Yeah, he's going to plummet down the leaderboard. Oh, well, actually, 18 seconds back to Wog boy.
He'll be looking. I believe he'll be coming out just, in between Tal and Dre there. So.
Oh, what is Aaron isn't soft for you, is he?
He was on mediums. He's changing his wing.
Wet.
Wait,
Wet. He's on the wet.
he's on the wet tyre. He's made an alternate strategy as well as the Ferrari members, so they've gone into wets and inters compared to the other Mercedes driver, Zach.
Full wet conditions right at the end.
Yeah, so we did have Toddy message in the stream before. He said, "Rain soon, boys," and that was quite a while ago. So it has finally entered. I'm wondering how much rain is to come because there is still a lot of laps to play here.
Alcatraz, I just want to clarify with you.
Yep.
For you, is Spelly in second place?
Spilly is indeed in second place.
He is in second place.
Now,
where does he come from?
They did do the double stack. Now I want to see positions. He's gone up an incredible 12 positions. Is that why you called me to double check?
I wanted to double check. Oh no way, that can't be Smelly. That's impossible. He's in second place. Where has this come from? Ferrari. Oh, that's a wall of death. Oh my God, that was close.
Don't throw it away now, lad. You've done a phenomenal job. And we also have 40 up.
Pulled off the impossible. They have done the Grande Strategia to perfection.
Because he's only done 2 stops. So it's phenomenal.
Like, unbelievable. And Crossy, kudos to him as well. He's in fifth after soldiering on those tyres, those 20 lap old tyres, 22 lap old tyres, and 40 up 11 from last. This has been a superb drive from some of these fellas.
We have. I'm looking at the intervals here, and I'm just noticing between the wet and the inter drivers. Obviously, it's not wet enough for the full wets because Tal is dropping time quickly.
Right.
So he's already dropped 2 seconds in a single lap, and more some to come. Same with Aaron, they're just plummeting down. So
there's still 7 laps to go, and these are 7 of the longest laps in the sport. So we just have to wait and see. I think it might turn full wet. It might.
Yeah, indeed. Because we had Zach, who was in the best position here, but because of the wet, it's really made Stewart the front runner. He's got a lead 100%. By 3.7 seconds. Sorry, not minutes.
Yeah.
But while we have incredibly not a lot of battles on screen, would you mind checking the penalties between the top runners? Because I'll be interested to see if the 3 second buffer for Stuart McKenzie is going to be helpful for him.
So Stuart McKenzie has a 3-second time penalty next to his name. Spilly has a 3-second time penalty next to his name. Zach Crichton has got 1 warning. 40 has got 6 seconds. And Crossy, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 12 seconds. That's the top 5.
Wow.
So Crossy's got a lot of penalties.
As Billy just got his 3 seconds. Just from the top 3 runners. Yep. So that's his second.
Yep, there we go. So he's got 6 seconds. That's now put him in behind Zach.
Are we going to have a flashback from Spilly? Yeah, that's great.
McKenzie is on 2 warnings.
2 warnings. So, wow. So he's in the front runner. One more, and it's
1 more.
Yeah.
And it's not looking good for McKenzie. Gap to leader between McKenzie and Zach, 7 seconds.
Yeah. As you were going through the penalties, we did have gaming wafer. Just lose the back end. He's not. These drivers seem to not look too comfortable with these dry setups in the wet conditions. So
we did it in qualifying. We did it all right.
Yeah. And the multi matched up because we had Curving Texas crash out in qualifying, so we had a multi tick during that session.
Yeah, we did have a multi tick.
As he did crash into the pit wall on the buzzer beater.
Poor banana crashing in the same place in qualifying and in the race. I mean,
at the
That's
moment,
really, really
we have
impressive.
fastest lap for plebs with a 1:38.6. So obviously no one's going to beat that time. So lock in that for fastest lap.
100%.
Yeah. So these four wet runners are they're just losing so much pace. Maybe the risk can pay off. Maybe there is going to be a lot of rain, but by the looks of it, when I go on TV pod, the rain is quite consistent. It doesn't seem like it's getting any heavier. So
Yeah, as you say, that one of the wet runners, the very lazy tally, just moved over to wet for us. So
yeah,
great,
he knows he's in no
2
man's land. Yeah, he knows he's in no man's land there. It's just a disappointing end for him. We had a very lazy tally in his second race, get pole position, and he had a small incident coming into turn 1, but it didn't really affect him as he goes into the wall. Oh no, lad! The front wing tyre's not gone, but the front wings.
Another place that caught out a few drivers. Turn 14 tyre wall.
Yeah. So this will force him to go and put in some inter tyres now. Intermediates.
Oh, gaming wafer and Aaron! Oh my goodness me! Gaming wafer into the wall, completely destroying the front wing. Aaron turned in on him big time.
Safety car.
Safety car! Oh, I can't believe it! It's actually appeared!
Who's the wizard in Singapore? Who gave us a safety car? We had 5 yesterday. We had 5 VHAs.
For very lazy tally.
Oh no, the Delta. Delta in the wet. Don't get a speed in the pit lane penalty as well.
A massive spanner in the works.
This is ruined. This is giving Zach the best opportunity.
At this stage, it's the win. Mackenzie has got 3 seconds. Philly has got 6 seconds.
We have the chat blowing up. Here we go, boys. The safety car has returned its back.
It is actually here. Aaron gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
The two players on the two drivers on the wet compounds changing the intermediates, matching the rest of the grid. Now, obviously, all these drivers on the intermediates are going to stay out as they're only 3 lap old, so they'll go to the end of the race comfortably. So the safety car will go 3 laps around. So it's basically a little bit of a sprint race to the end.
Yeah.
And because of the safety car restart, we might see a little bit of carnage.
Oh, definitely. But this is going to be the most important restart of Stuart Mackenzie's
drive-through penalty, 5-second penalty.
Oh,
we have someone who
wait for 5 seconds for crossing the pit lane exit white line. So you can't. That's a no-no in safety car conditions.
Yeah, very, very harsh. Or maybe previously he did that before.
Could have.
But by the looks of it, yeah. It's hopefully some of these cars can catch up to the safety car as well. They have a few laps to do so. Obviously the last 2 drivers is going to be gaming wafer and such.
I can't believe it. The safety car has decided to show up.
We have the famous 3-lap sprint race, Singapore, wet. Now, Banana Cake Pie, I know you're watching. What would you do, because you're a 3-lap specialist, what would your strategy be, if you want to put that in the comments, because I would like to know.
It's probably going to be around hashtag send it. Most likely. Or something like that, I'd imagine. Oh my god.
We've gone from the start of the stream where we were saying it's only been 8 laps and it was going on like an eternity, and now we're up to lap 27. It's gone like in a heartbeat, and we have a safety car, and it's going to be a 3-lap speed. We'll just stay on board with Stuart here as we get a nice view of the car, because it's now a rare form.
Oh my god. Oh, but okay.
Smeg is right. Yeah, exactly, Banana Cake. Just send it.
Just
philosophy of the 3-lap championship. Just send it.
You have to, I think, in this, with 3 laps to go. Oh.
Got screen time in T1 by safety car. Welcome. Enjoy it.
Oh yeah, safety cars here leading the pack as always.
Do you like that view of the pod of the Stuart McKenzie here? Nice view of your number plate and all. Enjoy it.
Beautiful silver.
Bathe it in.
SLS.
Look at that view. Bathe it in. Enjoy it, because we probably won't see it for another 3 races. We'll just see its younger brother, the VHC. Now we do have the last lap with safety car. We still have a lot of drivers catching up, so we might go for another lap around.
Might have to too. I do notice that with the safety car, it waits until
we have Gaming Wafer slot in P4. I'm on board with Gaming Wafer. I'm seeing Spilly in AI mode, so I'll have to keep track of how long he's been in there. He's probably been under that for the whole safety car, which is a big no-no under the steward's eye. So, and he has clicked off AI mode, so hopefully he's been told otherwise to go back and drive under the safety car, because if you make a mistake under safety car, obviously you're penalised. If you do just touch a car, it might most likely be removed. But it's all about human error under safety car. You can still hit the wall. The tyres are getting cold. All stuff is happening.
Not only that, but the Codemasters AI do some pretty stupid things.
As we did witness from Unit in the yellow race in Spain, we had an AI driver absolutely cut him off the track under safety car. So hopefully,
it's not just for balance sake to make sure you control the car the whole time. It's for safety precautions, because these drivers are way more talented than the stupid AI.
Spilly did comment he was looking at penalties, so
that's fair.
That's fine. I thought you were doing it for the whole time.
Jeff
so
doesn't really give you enough information. It only tells you.
Yeah, that's true. But Gaming Wafer slotted himself in P3, but he's P14. So I don't know if he's meant to skip in. I'm pretty sure the safety car's meant to let you go past so you can catch up behind the group. So
yes, the game decided to give him the command just to stay in behind. I'm sure he'll pull away to the side.
Hopefully he doesn't start battling. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully he knows what position he's in.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, we still have Very Angry Tail, Aaron, as well as Plebs trying to catch up. So we're going for another lap here.
Now, considering that this field is now really bunched up, I've got to have a look at the lower half of the 10 to see what their penalties are like. So we'll start off with Wogboy in P6, and he's only got one penalty, 1 3-second penalty, but he's got a collection of warnings next to his name. Romy Alonso has 6 seconds. Roscoe Arm has 6 seconds. Revolution, 3 seconds. And Dr. Dre, 6 seconds. Plebs, 3 seconds. No, sorry, 8 seconds. So yeah, pretty much everyone, except for Zach, has got penalties at this
What's
stage.
the Very Lazy Tail on? Is he near disqualification at all? Because he did have a few big ones here and there that did pop up, but because we want him to still bring some points home for Ferrari.
3, he's got 4 penalties plus a drive-through.
So he has to do his drive-through past the safety car. So we're looking at him to be. Is there any other drivers with a drive-through? I thought, or was he the only one that popped up?
I think he was the only one.
The only one. So
speeding into the pit lane and crossing the white line.
The very wet tail. Yes, indeed. So he will drop to P13 because the Gaming Wafer is 1 minute 31 behind. So hopefully these lads can catch up. So hopefully we don't finish under the safety car.
Well, if the safety car goes around again, it will be a 1-lap shootout.
1-lapper.
We'll have to wait and see. We're coming up to the Sector 3 timing line now. If the safety car lights go out, we're going green. It's loud. So we're going green. It's a 2-lap shootout.
2-lapper. So the cars did get into that Sector 3 time frame, which is that Sector 2 time frame. So that's really good. As we have Stuart McKenzie slowing down the pack. Oh, we'll go stay on board.
This is going to be the most important restart Stuart McKenzie's career. He's got 3 seconds next to his name plus 1 more warning. I'll double check that it's only 3 seconds for McKenzie. I'm sure it's only 3. One penalty. Yep, it's only 3, but he has got 2 warnings.
This will be fantastic points for him. He'll jump up to 72 points here. So this is going to be fantastic work for him. So we're going for the restart. You can take over his Smeg. I'll give you the reins for 2 laps.
Safety car's back in. And Mackenzie, that's a poor restart from Mackenzie. He really needed to maximise that. We're back under green here at Singapore. He's got a 1.5 second gap to Zach, and for whatever reason, the gaining wafer has not pulled aside. And 40 is all over the back of Zach as gaining wafer does pull to the side. This battle for Pete. Oh! My word. Very close between 40 and Zach. Coming down the straightaway. Oh my goodness, into turn 7, down the inside. Goes 40 and he snatches P3. It's not what Zach needs right now. He needs to try and make a charge towards the top 2. Gap has opened up. How much? It is now...
He's nearly 3 seconds.
Nearly 3 seconds. Soon as it goes over 3 seconds, that's pretty much it for Zach.
Now, because of Spilly's penalties, this is basically still Stewart's race here, but who knows what Spilly might do in this 2-lapper. Is he going to stay behind?
I think he's still going to fight for this.
Yeah, of course, cross the line
more
first.
Than anything. I mean, Spilly, with that fantastic strategy call that Ferrari made, jumped up to P2. I think he will still hang on to a podium here, but still.
Sector 2-3. It's Aaron.
It's Aaron.
Yeah, spin that baby around. We'll go back to the top.
The gap has shrunken between Zach and Mackenzie. Now 2.6 seconds. 2.6 to 7 seconds. We have 1 lap to go. 5 kilometers of street circuit will dictate this race. 31 of 31. Mackenzie leading the way. Crossy another 3-second time penalty. Zach Crichton, if he can hang within that 3-second margin, he's got this. At the moment, it's looking good. Have to keep an eye on it. Further back, it's nose to tail chaos further back. We've got fireworks going off already. Oh, and that's VSI Roscoe one going very wide. We go back to leaders.
Sure, Mackenzie's just parking the car as he's allowed to.
Sector 3 yellows, and that's the gaming wafer into the wall at turn 4.
Everything to fight for with the top leaders. We'll stay on board with these guys.
We have to stay on board with this.
Oh, contact! Ferrari spot him!
He's taken him out! I can't believe it, and Zach having to... Oh,
he's just being sandwiched, and now the Mercedes is gone!
He spun! I can't believe it! Who's going to win? I have absolutely no idea. 40. How many penalties have you got? I'll quickly check. Currently leading the way. 1, 2, and a drive-through. He has to serve a drive-through.
Oh, he's disqualified. Yeah.
He's just been disqualified, has he?
No, he'll have to be disqualified if he doesn't serve it, doesn't he? Or is he already gone and done it?
Penalty.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, Spilly.
So Spilly... No, Mackenzie will still win this. He's only got 3 seconds to his name. Crossy has got penalties for sure. Romy Alonso definitely has penalties. Zach... No, wait, I think Zach will still win this. Hang on. Oh my god. I think Zach will win this.
No, I feel so bad for it if he gets away. Spilly lets him go anyway because of the error that happened in Sector 2. But we have 40 that goes across the line first. Are we going to see big jumps here? Zach jumps him!
Wins! Oh my god, he wins the Singapore Grand Prix. I thought I was right with that. I can't believe it. After he spun at the chicane, he still wins by a second to Stuart Mackenzie in P2. Spilly, P3 after making contact with Mackenzie. Oh, Mackenzie must be feeling absolutely gutted about that. What a race! What a Grand Prix!
An absolute roller coaster. We had Stuart McKenzie going up and down from first and second because of time penalties. We had Spilly, who did a great strategy nonetheless to get into intermediates. But oh my, I think we need to have an interview with a few of these drivers just to see what their feelings are towards the end of that race.
Yes, I want to invite a couple of these fellas. I want to get their views on what happened here. Right.
I'll happily set that up as we go across the top, as we go across the board here.
Okay.
And I'll adjust the party chat as so. So bear with me, audience, after we go through the final placement of the Singapore GP.
Zach Crichton wins the Singapore Grand Prix by
only driver clean. Only driver clean.
Stuart McKenzie, a hard-fought P2. It might have been P1, who knows? He had contact with Spilly, who gets P3 in the end. From 14th up to 3rd, a superb drive. Plebs. Where did Plebs come from? He finishes 4th. What Boy finishes 5th.
That's a phenomenal save from Plebs because he was not in any business to be back at the top.
Absolutely not, and it's 4th. That's a superb drive. What Boy 5th. Dr. Dre 6th. Roscoe 7th. Romy Alonso 8th. Crossy 9th. Revolution rounds out the top 10. Oh my goodness me. I thought McKenzie was going to walk away with it before the safety car happened.
I'll quickly set up this.
He was comfortable, he was very consistent, and then safety car. One of the few times it ever happens at the Singapore Grand Prix, it finally comes out, and then we got a fantastic 2-lap shootout. What a drive.
I'm sending invites to these drivers now. Hopefully we can get them all in. It was Stuart McKenzie, was it?
Yeah, McKenzie, Zach, and Spilly were the top 3.
Alright, I've kicked them all invites. Hopefully they join.
Holy freaking moly. That was amazing. Singapore. Wow. From the early race chaos as Stuart McKenzie joins the session. So we got the second place driver. Just need the other 2. Oh my goodness me. Just make sure your voice share is on as well.
Yeah, no, voice and that should still be on.
Alright, perfect. Now...
Hold on. I'll just
double check.
I want to chuck my party chat on for this stream because I'm still streaming my POV. So I want to get this interview in.
Yeah.
Spilly has joined as well.
So we'll wait for the controversial winner with no penalties. We'll wait for Zach to join as well.
You might as well interview P2 and 3 while you wait because I honestly don't think Zach's joining.
Alrighto. So. Just to make sure that with Spilly who just joined, make sure your party chat is on, everything's on, so then we can hear you and we don't sound like a daft git on the stream. Well, if Zach isn't going to join, I guess we'll start off with 3rd place. We'll start off with 3rd. Spilly, you must be pretty happy with that.
Not really, actually. Not really. I'll probably cop a penalty for that. I did let him through, but it cost him the win. And I apologise for that. He caught me off guard by braking a bit early. But yeah.
So it wasn't an intentional move at all. It was just
it actually happened a couple corners earlier, and almost hit the rear of him.
Yeah, well, noticing on the stream, he was going in quite early, but he was parking the car in particular spots. He was trying to slow you down and put you in a lower gear, but then just going up before the turn, it's just one more corner too late and 23 meters too late on the brake, and he just caught him out.
Exactly.
But it's just rough when it comes down to that. But you had a great strategy to put yourself back up into the top 3.
I did. I actually received the call from the team on the penultimate corner
this call.
of the pit lane. Yes, and
wow.
sent it in. It paid off, but then I kind of ruined it.
So, well, provisionally P3, of course, stewards might, well, most likely will be looking into the incidents post-race. As I should move on to P2, Stuart McKenzie. Before the safety car happened, it looked like a fairly straightforward win. Then the safety car happened, and would you like to explain us to it in your own way?
Mate, I don't know what to say, to be honest. The strategy was an absolute masterclass to get me out front and give me the lead that I had. I think it was about 7.5 on Zach, which I only needed 3 seconds on him to get the win. And then the safety cars come out, and as Billy said, I might have been braking a little bit earlier, but that was just because I was on 2 warnings and I needed 3 seconds on Zach to win the race. So I was just being as cautious as possible without trying to cause a backup. And obviously, Billy's missed his braking point into the sling, and just hit me there. And but I will say that was a phenomenal race. I'm sure you guys would have enjoyed commentating it, but to lose it on there by the mistake of someone else and nothing on your own after driving the way I did, pretty gut wrench, to be honest. But congrats to Zach. He obviously didn't have any penalties, so he kept his nose clean. So I can't take anything away from him. I'm a bit frustrated, but I've got to move on to the next one. Can't sit here and dwindle on it, because
to look at the bright side for it, if I come in, you were only on 30 points to start off with, and coming into P2 you do double your points already, so you are on 62 points, which is, but it's not 42, but it's still something to take away. You were definitely the best driver on the track, especially with strategy. It was probably going to be really close at the end, but that's probably the only way. The bright way of looking at it is you've just doubled your points there and put some good constructor points in.
Exactly. It was the first few rounds of were quite a struggle. Obviously Germany I botched that massively, drilling Aaron into turn 2, and then France France I drove as best as I could, but to come here to probably one of my favourite tracks and score the points that I did, it puts me right back up the front where I feel like I should be. And moving on to Canada, which is another favourite track of mine, it'll be good racing next week.
Just bounce back into it.
Very unfortunate circumstances, Mackenzie. But a superb drive all around, led a lot of that race. As you said, a fantastic strategy call from Alfa Romeo, and at the very least a well-deserved second place. Very well done from you, mate.
Cheers, boys.
But as we have to go on to the winner of the Singapore Grand Prix, it's Zach Crichton. Zach, I've got one question to ask you. Can you please stop winning?
and where is your lucky charms at? Because you've been pulling out some wins left, right, and centre, but you didn't go back to back. Someone beat you back.
I spun through the last turn and didn't hit just grazed the wall. So somehow I got away with that. Lost me like 9 seconds or something, then just recomposed, stopped, then just battled on, I guess. But no, that was a long race, I must say, but it was great racing with the boys.
You must have had your heart in your mouth when you saw that incident between Spilly and Mackenzie.
I didn't really have anywhere to go. I was like, I got the inside, but no, it worked out not too bad in the end, so it was good to take the win. Especially after last week, crossing the line first and finishing second on penalties. So I know how it feels as well for Mackenzie, but it was good to get that one tonight.
Superb drive regardless. A good recovery after the spin earlier in the race, and a heart and mouth moment on the last lap as well.
Half spin.
On the paper, because of penalties, you win the Singapore Grand Prix and extend your championship lead as well. That must be also another big bonus.
Yeah, exactly right. So Canada next. Can't wait for that. Should be some more great battles, and looking forward to it.
Well, thank you 3 gentlemen, for joining. Alcatraz, have you got any more questions you wish to
No,
ask this
everything's all filled out. Great drive today, boys. It was a great show. The rain came down nice and heavy. People went on to wets, inties. It was just a phenomenal race. It was great to do commentary on, and hope to see you all next week, still in the top flight.
Yeah. Congratulations to our top three, Spilly, Stuart McKenzie, and Zach Crichton. Congratulations, fellas. Seeing you at Canada. But that will end round 4 of the DNE Masters Championship. What a race, what a show put on by everyone involved. I'd like to thank Alcatraz for joining me tonight and hosting the lobby and the stream. For once, it didn't actually just kaput itself.
What? The first continuous stream.
Unbelievable. It's been broken, fellas. It's been broken.
Don't have to edit 3 of them. It feels good. But yeah,
yes,
it was great to commentate on.
Again, thank you very much for working alongside me tonight after some altercations prior to the race. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me.
No problem. Always.
But that will conclude this week here in DN Esports. As everyone said before, we move on to, well, it will be round 3 in the Diamond Championship at Canada at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. It should be an absolute classic of a Grand Prix. It always turns up at Canada. But until then, I've been the Smeg. My co-commentator tonight has been NBC-ALCATRAZ. Thank you all so much for watching, and good night.